Thanks, everyone. The problem we're trying to solve is the lack of access to financial advice in North America and worldwide, in fact. In Canada, 66% of the consumers don't have a financial plan. Part of the problem is it takes upwards of 10 hours for an advisor to create a plan for a consumer. This is just trial and error planning back and forth, the process of collecting the data, going through the what-ifs, the analysis, and so forth. What's our response to that? Our response, we need to make this simpler and faster. So we want a flexible solution. We want to use AI. We're going to leverage AI so that we can get rid of the trial and error and have the system actually recommend the strategies. We also want to have an open API, which means that we are going to go after the B2B to C market and allow enterprise clients and other fintech apps to use our engine as a utility within their tools. So let's prove this out. In less than 4 minutes, we're going to show you how we can build a financial plan for an accumulator family. So we've got a sample family here we're going to walk through in the tool. They've got a couple of goals: retirement, education, and Jim wants to buy a boat. We're not sure if Barb does, but Jim does. We're going to go through here. Our app here, this is our interface, and again, we have an API, so the interface can be completely replaced and embedded in an enterprise platform. But in our example here, we select which goals are applicable. That will drive the process. We're going to ask some demographic information about the couple so we know their age and so forth. Then we're going to grab some account information. And in this case, we've got access to aggregation through Plaid, so we can actually grab data and bring in account information for the clients so we know what kind of resources they currently have in order to try and fund their objectives. We also can bring in their savings so we know what kind of savings they're allocating currently towards their objectives as well. Then we ask them a little bit about their income because we need this information because we have a detailed tax engine that does both federal and provincial tax calculations. So we need to know this for things like RSP room and so forth. We'll ask them about what kind of properties they may own because those properties might be leveraged as part of their plan, downsizing their house in the future, for example, as well as we need to know what kind of liabilities they have so that we can model their cash flow under the hood as well. Then we can ask them some questions about retirement spending. So do they want to spend roughly what they're doing now? Do they want to spend a little bit less, a little bit more? We also support a more advanced version of this where we can have phased retirement, where they can have a go-go phase, a no-go phase, and then a healthcare phase. We ask them about the education details, how much they want to allocate for John. Is he not doing too well in school, so maybe we're going to do 1 year, or is he much smarter, we're going to give him 4 years, or none. The boat there, so the boat, they want $65,000 and they want it in 5 years. The next thing we do that's unique to our system is as part of our AI planning engine, we don't just look at the mathematical impact of strategies. We also look at the client sentiment. So we ask the client things about what would they be willing to do or not do, like downsize their home, spend a tax refund, and so forth. Then we walk through the system. So now we got a dashboard. Here we can show them exactly what their plan looks like now. Retirement's about 80%, the other goals not so good. We ask the system now, start telling me strategies. So we're going to walk through. First strategy, implement the recommended portfolio. Second strategy, save $500 a month. And we even break down to where that is allocated to RSPs. Then we can say, based on the RSPs, there's actually going to be a tax refund. So we can put the tax refund into TFSAs. We can also show them that delaying their CPP to age 70 will benefit them in terms of getting a higher payout and a longer payout. We then move over to the education goal. So the built-in intelligent assistant is guiding you through the process. Ends up saying allocate some funds there. You'll see that the retirement percentage is changing as I work on the other goals because they're all integrated together. Set aside some funds, reduce their goal, and take out a line of credit. So there's multiple strategies that can be utilized. So what you saw there in less than 4 minutes was the client-facing approach to this, where we're ranking the strategies under the hood and serving them up to the client one by one. And they can choose to not apply a strategy and avoid it and get the next best strategy. We also have advisor tools which expand this out and have retirement accumulation and decumulation strategies that are much more advanced. And we provide what-if scenario modeling, digital reporting, as well as advanced planning like corporation, stock options, estate planning. That's a roundup of what we've been building for the enterprise market. Thank you very much.
Judges.
Can you clarify your monetization strategy?
Pardon me?
Your monetization strategy.
Monetization.
Oh, well, we charge, this is not my first time around in this space. I built the company from the ground up and sold it in 2011, the largest provider in Canada. And at that point, the licensing was on a per advisor basis. But that model doesn't really work because the problem is that people buy it, they give it to all their advisors, the tool's too complex, not everybody uses it, not everybody's happy, discount the heck out of it because you're not getting full usage. We're spinning this on its head. We're charging on a per client basis. Clients get access, advisors get access. Some clients will be in a self-directed model, some might be in a collaborative model, depending on their size of their portfolio and the complexity of their situation. What that means is that you'll have access to the client for a certain amount based on the complexity of the plan, and it's an annual recurring model. That's a win-win situation. We win when we get access and usability, and the organization wins as well. And our initial foray into that has been welcomed. People like that model better than, give it to everybody, but I only know half of the people are going to use it.
Next question.
Yeah, and how much traction do you have? How many clients right now?
We're in early stages right now. We started the company last August. We're going into production in January. We've got about 5 major institutions in Canada that are right now that we're in the final stages of a selection process.
Can you talk a little bit about your team?
Team is started in 1990 with the original one, so I've got lots of years experience when you multiply that out. Our team, we have 18 people. We're based in Winnipeg. Great place to have technology because there's nothing else to do in the winter. We also have probably 200 plus person years of experience in the financial planning software domain. So we have the expertise on the technology side, but we also have the expertise on how financial planning works and the details behind it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.